So we're back. We're gonna jump right back into this chase. You definitely have to kind of keep on her, otherwise I don't know if you have to restart the whole thing depending on if you reach a checkpoint, but you definitely we'll have to do it over. Do over at least a part of it, that is. So anyway, back to my story. Continuing on from the previous video about the quest for music. So one of the questions I had was, I love my phone. I don't mind making the switch, but what do I do in terms of music? So my original thought was, okay, well, I'll do Spotify, and it's actually really nice, but definitely doesn't have the best selection of music. I mean, it has pretty decent remixes, and believe it or not, I was actually really surprised to find some original game music on there. Not very much, but it's nice. But definitely the selection it's not that great. You're pretty much limited to really popular titles. So I said, okay, well, this is a bit of a problem because I don't really want to lug my iPod around in addition to my phone because it's so massive, right? Oh, but oh gosh, I'm gonna lose her. Great. But then I said, okay, there's gotta be a way around this. There's gotta be a workaround to this, and I finally found one. And so there's actually another app which you probably know is Google Play Music something or another. Very long and unwieldy, not sexy name. But you can actually get your iTunes library on there, which as soon as I found that, I was like a pig in shit. Like, it was awesome, dude. Because like I said, I have some obscure music. Awesome. I mean, when I'm in the middle of my job and I really just have a yearning to hear some Donkey Kong Country 2 or some Metroid remix that's very obscure, I gotta have it. I can't deny myself that, so I went to great lengths to get it, and it was like the highlight of my day when I found out that I could do that, so it was pretty sweet. Gosh, so I'm pretty much employing the same technique here, the vagina kick. And this bitch is toast. Teabag. Or V-bag.
Cell? I tried to warn you off. I'm sorry. You've got to learn to let go, Faith. You remember? Like you did with your family. The runners are screwed. Icarus is just the start. And I want to live, Faith, not just survive. Why Pope? His campaign was getting unexpected support, but he got stupid. Started making threats to the wrong people. High-up people. He found out about Icarus, so they had you kill him. Him or me. Sorry about Kate. Didn't know she was your sis.
Don't ask, Mark. Okay?
Heard all I need to hear, kiddo. Listen, Krieg says Kate's just been tried.
Already?
Wonders of the Swift Justice Program, huh? They found her guilty, Faith.
Of course they did.
Convoy's taking her off to jail in less than an hour. Drake's organizing a rifle drop near the new CCC building. I'll keep you posted. Get going.
Alright, so this is actually the second to last chapter in the game, just like that. Unbelievable how quick this game is. Definitely very short. Alright, and this actually, coincidentally, is, I think, my favorite chapter in the game. and I'll get to why. Well, I should say there's a particular part in this game there's a particular part in this chapter, I should say, that I like the best in out of the entire game. You'll see why once I get to it. And these guys are back again. Oh my goodness. Oh, they gave, I don't know, they gave like a very vague explanation of what these guys are. And then it turns out one of them was Faith's friend, Celeste. And did you see how lame that cutscene was? That Celeste just kind of walked away. Like, you have this, what passes as a twist in this game, and I'm just gonna be very harshly critical here, like, and just say, if the story was, I don't know if it's about presentation, but I personally am not the most invested in this story. There's other video games whose story I'm invested in, and had I been more invested in this story, that twist, quote unquote, would have had a much bigger impact. But, and it wasn't that it was not surprising, but it was just like, okay, yeah. And then the thing is, she kind of walked away. What the hell? So there's more of this story. You actually, as far as I know, you don't get to see this Mayor Callahan. He's mentioned a lot in the game, but I haven't seen him yet. So I guess what doesn't help for me is that 60% of the story is in those elevators. You know, I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. I'm just like, all I want to do is just kind of get past the elevator part, get back to parkour. It's almost like I have ADD or something like that. I don't know. It's just, come on, it's a game about parkour. How about less elevators and more jumps? Seriously, that would be my recommendation. So hopefully I land on this. Of course not. Me and pipes just don't mix. I don't even know where I am. Sometimes the checkpoint just kind of disorients me. I don't know. Oh, hello. Now, do I wanna... I know there's another cop further up, but hopefully he doesn't shoot me while I'm climbing this thing. Shoot me to death, that is. Okay, you know what? That's fine with me. I'll take it and I'll move along. So, what is the most obscure video game soundtrack that you guys like? Or maybe not even a whole soundtrack, maybe a video game song that you guys can't be without, that you guys have gone to great... Let me put it this way. That you guys... Or let me ask it like this. What is the most obscure game, song, or soundtrack, doesn't matter, whatever your preference is, that you went to great lengths to obtain? Now, I don't know about this being obscure, but I can tell you this for sure. My quest to get video game soundtracks is not a recent thing. Pretty much for as long as I can remember. Remember, I've been a gamer for my whole life, pretty much. And, so you guys know me, I grew up in the 90s, so grew up long before this whole internet thing made things so easy. And coincidentally, in the 90s too, had some amazing game soundtracks. I mean, come on. Sonic 3, Ice Cap Zone, I think that was my favorite. That was my favorite video game song for a long time. Like, that song is awesome. And if you guys don't know that, then you know what? You're probably not even watching this video, because I don't know how you would not know Sonic the Hedgehog and be watching a game, and be watching a Let's Play of Mirror's Edge. So, anyway. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to land on this elevator, and then I'm trying to get on that thing, and I'm trying to wall run, but you guys see what's going on. Anyway, so I was obsessed with that song, and this was like when I was a kid. Now, let me tell you what I tried to do to get this song. Remember, there was no such thing as capture cards, and there was no such thing as far as I knew, emulators, at least not that I knew of back then. Maybe there were some around, I don't know. But I remember there was a Talk Boy. You guys remember that? This whole stupid commercial tie-in with Home Alone 2. So I got one. I definitely got one. I was totally suckered into that. And I said, okay, well, let me go ahead and record it. So I actually, if you guys grew up in the 90s, that's exactly what you did. And it wasn't just with video game stuff. You heard shit on the you heard songs on the radio. What did you do? You put another freaking radio in front of it, or you put a Talkboy like I did in front of the radio and recorded it. And you were thinking, if I put my Talkboy as close as I possibly can
Just stashed the rifle. It's at the top of the atrium. You're about
to the speaker, it's gonna sound perfect. And by the way, this right here is my absolute favorite part of the game, for 2 reasons. 1, no enemies. You know, not that I'm like, okay, I hate to fight anything, but it's just, you can really concentrate on the parkour. It's just a long extended period of parkour. You have to get from the bottom to the top, and it's just awesome. It's like, this is the purest stretch of parkour in this game, and I like it. 1 and 2, the song that plays in this part, although notably, like, if you die and you come back, sometimes the song is muted for whatever reason, which is annoying, but the song is badass. So it just gives you a really, really nice vibe throughout this whole part, and I like it. So I kind of stretch it out as much as I can. But anyway, so you do your little experiment with your little Talkboy, and what happens? Somebody is like screaming at you from the other room, or you accidentally trip over something, so all of that background noise makes it onto your lovely recording. Oh my gosh. So honestly, like, that's where I was in terms of video game soundtracks. I'm like, how the hell do I get this song? I want this song. And then fast forward to about a few years later, when I have no idea what I was trying to accomplish there, when I was trying to get the Parasite Eve soundtrack. So now it was about 1997, 1998, and the Parasite Eve soundtrack rocks. I mean, it's awesome. So things were a little more sophisticated then. Now you have, at that point, I had game magazines. The game magazine I was specifically subscribed to was A Lot of Death. Oh my gosh. No, it was Game Pro. I don't know if you guys, I don't even know if that's still around, but I have a bunch of issues from 1997 to 2000 something, 2008 or 2000, I don't even know. I'm just totally making up that number at this point. But anyway, like, they would have, if you guys have had a copy of any game magazine, I think you would always see in the back of it there was like an advertisement for, I don't think it was every game magazine, but it was in some of them, there was an advertisement for some stores that would sell various game memorabilia, including soundtracks. So I said, okay, well, yeah, let me try to see if I can get the soundtrack through here. But then I have this thing where I'm just like, it's gonna sound racist, but it's really not. I only saw the Japanese only version of it, and I thought, okay, no, I kind of want the American version. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I only want the American version of the soundtrack or the game, because I don't want to be missing songs or anything like that. So that was kind of my logic there. So anyway, I don't know, it was just stupid. So even then, my quest for video game music was still not fulfilled. And finally, it was only when no, there's still one more step in this. Then I found this web, so we're gonna fast forward a few years now. So now I get the internet and go through dial-up and all that stuff, and I find this, oh gosh, at least I didn't die. Okay, that's cool. I live to see another day. But I found this website, and I have no idea if it's still in existence, and I don't even remember what it's called, but it was video game music, but it was MIDI versions. And I'm the type of person, I'm very picky, but I decided to accept it. I said, well, it's better to have MIDI versions of songs than nothing at all. So but I was still just like, I want the actual songs. Why is this so unreasonable? It was just so confusing to me. But then finally, at long last, I managed to find a website, no idea if it's still up, a website where pretty much any video game soundtrack you can even think of, even ones you've never even heard of, you can download. So finally, at long last, so that journey only took me about what, over 10 years. Jeez, talk about, but that just goes to show you, I don't know, but that made me happy. So that was my very long-winded story. So I would say, in order to answer the question that I brought up, I think the song that I went through great and bizarre lengths at times to try to get, definitely Ice Cap Zone from Sonic 3. But it was worth it, because that song rocks. It really does. And the funny thing was back when I first heard it, I remember talking to my cousin about it, and I said, this sounds like Michael Jackson. Now, mind you, I didn't know at the time that there was actually an association between Michael Jackson and Sonic 3. But then only years later, I found that out. I'm like, holy crap. I somehow picked up on that, even as a kid. As an oblivious kid. So I thought that was actually really, really fascinating. And the rest is history, as they say. And this is getting painful. No, but I think I'm almost there, and I'm a significant portion of the way up. It's just that sometimes for me it's very obvious what I need to do, but then there's other times where I'm just kind of like, I can't really see the path. It's a lot of yellow, no red. So there you go. And by the way, this whole setup here and this whole building here, if you look at it, looks really fun to a parkour expert, but what kind of regulations does the construction crew have on this? So this is obviously a building under construction. It's clearly not ready to be occupied or whatever they were going to do with this building. They have random scaffolding everywhere, and it makes no sense in terms of like how a construction worker would maneuver in this area. So what's up with that? I guess you can file this under what, game logic? It's one of those things. It's a nice handy folder, game logic. Okay, what I'm trying to see is that if I could jump over there. That I don't know about that though. Still kind of planning my move here, because she keeps grabbing on, and that's not what I wanted to do. I want to try to not bounce over, but kind of wall jump off of it, but she's not but that doesn't look like an option, so there's got to be something else. Well, that works too. Well, alrighty then. We're almost there. I think we're pretty much, it's just a couple more things I need to do here, and that seems like a really far gap. That does not seem right, to be honest. But you know what? Knowing me, I'm gonna try it. Whatever. And of course, that's what I expected. So, but even though this is one area, once again, this game has some very incredibly forgiving checkpoints, which is nice. So, I think we're almost out of here.
Some kind of vent near you? Quick route to the sniper position.
Took me 2 hours, but I got it. Okay. So I'm kind of sad because that was the end of that section, and I liked it. Okay. So no other way to go but down. And we keep moving along. I don't know if those rats are supposed to be symbolic of anything, but who knows. Let me see here. By the way, I did say in one of my previous videos that I'm incredibly addicted to Reddit. If you guys have not checked out Reddit, oh my gosh. prepare to pretty much not have a social life. Because anything you can think of, any topic you can think of, there's a Reddit for it and a community for it. And I actually died there. That didn't even seem that far of a drop. Okay, so just in case you forgot, this game has combat in it.
Connor's convoy, what's your status? Over. Looking good.
So we're gonna go ahead and there it is. There's the convoy. Just gonna wait for it to pass that overpass there. That's definitely a pretty ballsy plan. I mean, so the idea is that Kate is supposed to be in that van. She could have killed her when the van overturned. I mean, I don't know. What did she know she was gonna have a seat buckle on? I don't know. Do love those loading level pauses, definitely. I think this part gave me a little grief as well in hard mode, but again, like I said, the best approach, if you guys ever try this game on hard mode, once again, try to isolate the guys, even if it takes a little while to try to bait one of them to you. Do it, because in the time it takes you to disarm, like let's say you have two guys next to you, and in the time it takes you to disarm one of the guys, the other guy will have already killed you, pretty much. So I definitely do not recommend it. So try as best as you can to isolate them. Sometimes you might not get lucky though. Sometimes they'll never come to you. But see if you can. That would be my recommendation. And I love this Call of Duty shotgun here. Like, it has insane range. It's pretty awesome. I think there's one guy at the bottom of this building that has a machine gun. I don't know where he is. I don't know if that's him right there, but let's see if I can pick him off. Ooh, okay. Oh boy, that was close. There's the other guy. There we go. Okay, so that comes out of ammo. Luckily, I actually have another one here. I'm going to see if I can pick him off too. It's very rare when this game gives you a vantage point like this, so use it when you can. I'm pretty sure there's at least one more guy down here still alive. Still alive! Oh god. Oh god. Help me. Okay. Maybe... No, there's still a guy. I thought the area was clear, but I was wrong. Okay, let's just get out of here at this point. I'm right at the door. Done.
Kate. Kate. Faith? Easy. Effie, I can't believe you've done all this. You're my sister. Take this. It's Merc. He's a friend. He'll guide you away from here. I'll lead the Blues away. Come and find you later, okay? Oh, God. Mark!
I couldn't stop them. They took Kate. I got some of the bastards, though.
Where'd they go?
I heard them mention the Shard.
The mayor's place?
Yeah.
Shit, Mark. Let me get someone, a doctor.
It ain't gonna happen, Faith.
I'm sorry, Mark. I'm so sorry.
No, no sorries. Just don't let them win.
I won't, Mark. Promise.
Thanks, kiddo.
Oh my god, is she gonna hump his body? So, this is the final chapter, the Shard. And I will see you guys next time.